But the focus will certainly be on the skills that we need in New Zealand. We think that's the best way of looking at immigration. We also do want to have a humanitarian aspect as well. So that's where, for example, we've said that we would double the refugee quota because we believe it's really important. Well, the evidence actually is that mostly when our refugee communities come into New Zealand, if we provide good support, they actually integrate very, very well into our society, make a big contribution to New Zealand. We currently take a very, very low number of refugees, only 750 per year. It's one of the lowest rates in the whole world. 750. Well, they're very weak and they're too small and they're too late. The national government has been in for 9 years and they've been selling off social houses over most of that time. And now suddenly in election year they say, oh, we're going to build some social houses. Still in Auckland, we have a housing shortage in terms of our build. We need to build 13 or 14,000 houses a year. We're only building about 7,000 a year. If that keeps happening, the price will go up because it's a mismatch of supply and demand. And that's why the most important thing for us to do is to build affordable houses at scale. And again, the government is doing nothing in that area, and Labour will through our Kiwi Build program. One of the challenges we face at the moment is because housing prices have gone up by so much, we now have huge household debt. Last week when I was in the Select Committee, I was able to question the Reserve Bank Governor. And the Reserve Bank is very, very worried about this because at the moment we have huge household debt and it's based on very low interest rates. If interest rates go up, so, say to 7%, we will suddenly have a lot of people who can't service their debts anymore, and that potentially creates an economic crisis. So we need to keep a really close eye on that. Our interest rates will come up at some stage because at the moment they are at the lowest in history. And so we don't want them to go up too high, but most importantly, if we bring the house prices down, we can control the debt situation. It's not a strategic budget for New Zealand, it's a tactical budget, very political. And of course Stephen Joyce, who is the Minister of Finance, is also the National Party's campaign manager. And so his main job this year is to win the election campaign. But I don't think that New Zealanders are going to be convinced by that, because most New Zealanders I know, they really want to see action on things like housing, on transport, and on being financially sustainable in New Zealand. And I think most people think those things are more important than getting $10 extra in tax cuts, which is sort of what this budget does for people. We have a lot of confidence that we will change the government this year. All of the polls at the moment show that it's going to be a very close race in total between a national-led government and a Labour-led government. Very, very close. Most of the polls show that New Zealand First will be the party which might choose between the two. But we want to push our vote up so that we can have a strong Labour-led government that will, bring some fresh ideas in. One of the things I hear from people is, quite a lot of people quite like John Key. They thought he was a good leader. They liked him. They thought he was funny. All of that stuff. But he's gone now, and they just sort of feel that National's been there for 9 years, and they have no ideas now. And a new Labour government will have lots of fresh ideas. And the thing with Bill English is, he's an intelligent man in his own way, but I don't think a lot of people see him as a leader. They see him more as a follower or a second in charge guy. He was the finance minister, but I don't think people really see him as a prime minister to lead the country.